Well, as I just responded to you, Shane, hi, I'm Clint. I'm live in the Ashburn, Virginia area, and what was particularly helpful to me, interesting, the two aspects: mindfulness, is applied to dating, mindful dating, and it really in your title, not losing myself, still attracting love, but without losing who I am, not losing myself. So, yeah, right in the
What's
title.
it?
Yep.
What's one example of how you've lost yourself in love?
It's a good question. I don't know that I have. It's more that's probably what keeps me from perhaps being as successful as I'd like to be. Is I feel like, okay, I am who I am. If this isn't working or not, I don't feel compatibility. It's like next. You see that on a lot of meetup groups. The reason people list for going to it is to meet new people. It's constantly meet new people. And I get that, because you can't change somebody else unless they want to change. But at some point you have to say, gee, this is just a revolving door. How can I get people to see my values? I'm not losing myself, but without changing them. It's got to be something that's attractive to them. But being authentic, staying who you are, maybe it's in how you communicate, how you let them know who you are, and whether they value that or not, and you finding value in them, a mutuality of interest. Yeah.
So that's I'm hearing it's like alignment.
Alignment. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Who else would like to? What were you going to say? Okay, who else would like to share?
Can we share?
Hi, Tab. Go ahead. We're introducing. Everyone's introducing themselves and sharing why they joined the webinar, and an example of. We'll go through that when you introduce yourself.
So I'm Tabitha. I'm here because I'm spiritual, and I've kind of hit like a dead end with the dating thing. I feel like not only I don't fit like the piece of some people, but I feel like it's because some people aren't working on stuff, and then there's things I'm working on, but then there's things they're working on and I'm not working on. So we're not like connecting on some level, or they might be superficial or that sort of thing. And I'm just trying to figure out how to navigate the dating world, even having some new friends. I've gotten out of couple long friendships I had with people that I noticed they were just staying in the same place and they weren't moving to do different things differently, mentally, physically, and all that. And I'm not going to say I'm perfect, 'cause I'm far from it, but I'm trying like hell to do what I can with what I have. And I just I just started to notice that they were just treating me differently too. And yeah.
I'm hearing like balance and alignment in your relationship. So can you give me one example, or us one example, of how that's shown up in your dating?
So it's showing up as I dated quite a few narcissistic people. And I'm starting to notice the difference between somebody who is and someone who isn't. So I instantly kind of just run for the hills when I notice anything like that. Um, and if I just notice people are stuck in their way, doing what they're doing. And I don't expect anyone to be perfect, because I'm not either, but I don't see any wanting to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're noticing that there's some patterns inside of your relationships, and you want compliments what it is that you stand for.
Yeah, I don't want to do all the work, but I also don't want to sit and be a fool either and wait around. Like I feel like right now I know what I want and I need somebody who knows what they want.
Mm. Yeah. So you want someone that you want clarity as well.
Yeah, exactly. I just want someone to be truthful with me because I can see right through the lies and the crap. And rather than me having to explain that, I would rather just them to just be honest. And I put it quite clearly out there on my profiles and stuff. That's what I want.
Mhm.
But I'm still getting, just the hello, gorgeous, hello, beautiful. There's more than just my appearance that I want known.
Mhm.
Because I'm not going to be young forever. I'm going to be old someday. I'm going to look like hell.
Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. It sounds like you're on the right path of making sure that you have what you need to have to take care of yourself from spiritual aspect, and so it sounds like you're doing the right things and you're here. We have one more time for one more person who
Okay.
wants to. Thank you so much for sharing. Who else wants to unmute, introduce yourself, where you are, and why you joined today's webinar?
Okay, I'll go. I'm Kalila. I'm in Philadelphia, and I joined just to get a perspective, like from a professional, about dating. I've taken a break from dating. My last relationship, well, ended 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, I ended it. And I just want to see a different perspective for when I do try to date again. Just a positive perspective in how to go about it.
So, what are one of the major issues, if you could say, like, if I can resolve one thing today in this webinar, if I can get help with one thing, what would be the major issue or pain point that you'd like to resolve as far as like your dating?
Just for me, maybe just learning how to date and not like take things personal. Like if it doesn't work out or something like that. Just things like that. A lot of stuff really, but I guess that's one of the things, yeah, that I would want to take away from today.
Totally get it, right? Like it's being able to regulate the emotions so that you're able to understand how to balance like what you need to work on as opposed to saying that you know this is this is a me problem. And we'll go through some of all of that and some more. And if you identify with something, just raise your hand and you can share with me. But thank you so much for sharing.
Thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome. So we'll get started today. Um, First, I want to welcome all of you to the Mindful Dating Attract Love Without Losing Yourself webinar experience. And it's likely that you've joined for one of three reasons. The dating process is affecting your physical and mental health, and you're feeling hopeless. You've noticed that you keep having the same experiences, or you're meeting people who don't align with you. The third reason is that you've noticed that your lack of confidence is a barrier that's stopping you from dating. And so today, what we have is a story driven experience where we'll talk about attracting love from alignment instead of accepting breadcrumbs inside of your dating experience. We'll go through some stories of folks who've already started their mindful dating journeys and have healthy, aligned partnerships right now. And before that, before we end, I'll give you 3 free tips that you could start today. And I want to hear from you about what you're looking for, and then we'll do a meditation. Okay? So there are 2 types of people who come to every webinar. The one who shifts, they listen, they interact, they reflect, and then they act immediately. And those folks are the people who experience the biggest shifts and results. And in most cases, or some cases, it's instantly, but in others, it's in less than 6 months that they're able to reach alignment and find partnership. And then there are the ones who wait. They take notes, they share if they're compelled to, or they sit in the back listening while defending themselves inside of their heads the entire webinar. They promise themselves to do something, but end up leaving and adding their healing at the end of the wait list while continuing to put everyone else in front of them. And this is generally our overgiver. So today, a few of you will choose to get started now and be the one who shifts and aligns with your ideal partner. So these are quotes from folks who are just like you, who've been in the seat where you are today, and also others who've gone on to start their mindful dating journey. I want you to take a few moments to read through the responses. And when you're ready, you could tell me if you could relate to any of these things.
I guess I'm tired of being the strong one because I feel like I'm the one that can let them down easy or take the hit if I have to. And I'm trying to be more soft and not have to do that, but I'm still learning how to not.
Wow. That's really powerful, Tab. A lot of people who have had to either be the person, the parent over their parents, the oldest child, or who have not felt safe, experience being the strong one, right? Like they have to carry everything for uh, everyone all the times. And that shows up in their relationships. At the bottom of it, at the root level, it is a coping mechanism that is traumatic in nature that causes people to feel like or attract people who they need to take care of. So thank you for sharing. Does anyone relate to that one? I'm tired of being the strong one.
Yeah, I relate to that one too. A lot. Because I was an only child. And I had a really small immediate family. So I could say I can relate to that too, being the strong one. And also I know my worth, but I forget it when I like someone. So like I'll like it'll be a red flag, but then I'll be like, oh well, maybe, things will, if I do this for this person, things will work out right. They'll behave like I would, but they don't. So yeah, those two I relate to.
Wow. So you're negotiating your work through acts of services and hoping that you'll have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people that come here are experiencing that as well. I know who I am, I know my worth, and then what I end up doing is as soon as I get into this relationship, I am now a servant of this person, and I've forgotten everything that makes me me, but I'm finding that I'm negotiating with things so that they will treat me well, as opposed to expecting or aligning with someone who already understands my worth. And to Tab's point, when you're dating from a sense of safety, you are able to be soft. You're able to know your worth. You're able to give enough and receive enough. And we will talk about the ability to give and receive love. Anyone else? Anything else? Anyone identifies with you?
Shane, what do you mean by I attract attention but not consistency?
Attract attention. It's kind of to the effect of what you said earlier. You had a revolving door.
Right.
And And so you're getting the leads, right? Like they're coming
Yep.
in.
Right.
But what ends up happening is it's not sticking. The solution is not working. So
Right.
it's
Yeah. That's kind of the one I was identifying with the most closely. That's what I thought it meant. So yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So who else here is attracting a lot of attention, but it's not sticking? The consistency isn't there. Anyone else?
Yes, but in a very different way than the other person was mentioning. I'm talking to like guys on dating apps. There's one guy in particular that I'm talking to. I'm not sure if it's going to go anywheres. I keep getting these random revolving doors of random hello beautiful, hello goddess, hello gorgeous. I instantly block them because it's just, to me it's just a booty call or whatever, or just attention.
Like shallow interactions. You're getting people that are that can't really converse and show up in a way that feels authentic to what you feel like you should be doing.
And that's the other word I put on my page is authenticity on, and I put evil eyes all over. I'm thinking maybe I'll draw out the bad people from bothering with me, but it still happens.
I love that. Maybe hopefully we can figure out a way to get you out of the evil eye drawing tab and align you with someone that fits who you are and what you deserve in life and who's looking for you.
And no more protection shields and all that, because I am also easily drained in general.
This is overgiving. This is